principles you can start applying today to master your mind and find peace. This isn't just theory. I'll share real stories, real moments, and real practices that work. By the end, you'll see that the most powerful way to change your life in 2025 isn't chasing more, it's learning to live fully, here and now. Section 1, The Illusion of Future Happiness. Let's start with an honest question. How many times have you told yourself, I'll be happy when? Think about it. I'll be happy when I get the job. I'll be happy when I lose the weight. I'll be happy when I finally have money in the bank. I'll be happy when I find the right person. This mindset is what I call the illusion of future happiness. We tie our peace, our worth, and our joy to an event that hasn't even happened yet. We're living in a state of Yourself in presence, stress falls. Anxiety drops. Productivity rises. And joy, the simple, profound joy of being alive, returns. Section 3, Practical Pathways to Presence. Now, I know what you're thinking, Coach, this sounds powerful, but how do I actually do it? Let's get practical. Because presence isn't just a philosophy. It's a practice. Here are 3 simple but life-changing pathways to start mastering presence today. 1. Mindful breathing. Yes, it sounds simple. But simplicity is powerful. Take 60 seconds, just 1 minute. Close your eyes. Inhale slowly. Feel the air fill your lungs. Exhale. Feel the release. Do it 3 times. That's it. In 1 minute, you've shifted from the chaos of thought to the clarity of now. Start here. 1 minute a day. Over time, you'll discover it's like training a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger your presence becomes. 2. Technology detox. In 2025, distraction is the enemy of presence. Notifications, pings, endless scrolling. They steal your attention, your focus, your life. So try this, choose 1 hour a day with no phone, no screens, no noise. It might feel strange at first, even uncomfortable. But soon, you'll start noticing things you forgot were there, your own thoughts, your environment, even the sound of silence. It's in these detox moments that your mind breathes again. 3. Single tasking. We've been sold the lie that multitasking makes us more productive. It doesn't. It only makes us more scattered. So flip the script, choose one task. 1. And give it your full attention. Whether it's writing, washing dishes, or having a conversation, be all in. You'll be amazed how much more efficient, peaceful, and alive you feel when you stop splitting your focus. Closing part 1. So here's where we'll pause for today. We've uncovered the trap of future happiness, we've explored the hidden power of the present, and we've laid out the first pathways to presence. But we're just getting started. Because in part 2, we're going deeper. We'll explore how presence not only transforms your inner peace, but also your productivity, your relationships, and your sense of purpose. We'll look at real-life stories of people who shifted from chaos to clarity, and how you can too. For now, I'll leave you with this challenge. Take the next 24 hours and practice one presence habit. Maybe it's mindful breathing. Maybe it's a walk without your phone. Maybe it's savoring a meal with no distractions. Don't just think about it. Try it. Live it. Experience the now. Because the truth is simple, life is not happening tomorrow. Life is happening now. Quick recap. Before we move forward, let's anchor what we've already uncovered. We talked about the illusion of future happiness, how chasing someday robs us of today. We explored the hidden power of presence, the peace and joy available in the now. And we started practicing pathways to presence like mindful breathing, technology detoxes, and single tasking. Now it's time to go deeper. Because presence isn't just about reducing stress or feeling calm, it's about transforming how you live, love, and lead in this fast-moving world. Section 4, Presence and Productivity. Let me start with a bold truth. Presence is the ultimate productivity hack. Think about how most people work. They're scattered, constantly switching between tasks, emails, notifications, meetings. And at the end of the day, they're exhausted, but feel like they got nothing meaningful done. Sound familiar? This is because the human brain isn't wired for fragmentation. Every time you switch tasks, your mind spends precious energy recalibrating. That's why multitasking doesn't make you efficient, it makes you distracted. But when you practice presence, when you give your full attention to one thing at a time, something amazing happens. You work faster. You think clearer. You produce better results. And you finish the day with energy, not emptiness. Story example number 3, the writer who couldn't finish. I once coached a young writer who had been working on her book for nearly 5 years. Every time she sat down, she'd open her laptop, but within 10 minutes she'd be checking email, scrolling through social media, or bouncing to some other urgent task. Her progress? Almost nothing. So I gave her this assignment: for the next 21 days, write for 90 minutes every morning. No phone. No internet. No multitasking. Just writing. At first, she resisted. She said it felt too strict. But once she tried, she was shocked. Words started flowing. Within 6 months, she had a finished draft. Her secret wasn't talent. It wasn't inspiration. It was presence. Lesson. Your potential doesn't come alive when you spread yourself thin, it comes alive when you focus deeply. So ask yourself, what's one project in your life that deserves your full presence? Not half of you. Not a distracted version of you. But the best of you. Maybe it's your work. Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's a dream you've been putting off. Whatever it is, commit to being fully present with it. That's how extraordinary results are created. Section 5, Presence in Relationships. Let's shift gears. Because presence isn't only about productivity, it's about connection. Think about the people in your life. Your spouse, your children, your parents, your friends. Do you know the greatest gift you can give them? Not money. Not gifts. Not even time. The greatest gift is your full presence. Story example number 4, the father and the phone. I'll never forget a conversation I had with a 12-year-old boy during a leadership camp. We were sitting around a campfire, and he said quietly, "I wish my dad would put down his phone when I talk to him. He's always checking emails, even at dinner. I just want him to listen." That broke me. Not because his dad was a bad man. He wasn't. He was hardworking, trying to provide for his family. But in his busyness, he forgot that presence matters more than provision. When your loved ones look back on their time with you, they won't remember what you bought them. They'll remember how you made them feel. Did you see them? Did you hear them? Were you present? Reflection. Think about this. When was the last time you had a conversation with someone, with no phone nearby, no TV in the background, no half listening while your mind was elsewhere? If it's been a while, you're not alone. But you have a chance to change it. Practical exercise, the 5-minute presence practice. Here's a challenge for your relationships. The next time you talk with someone you love, put away all distractions. And for just 5 minutes, give them your full attention. Look them in the eye. Listen, not to reply, but to understand. You'll be amazed at what happens. Because presence is love in action. Section 6, Presence and Inner Peace. Let's talk about the part of presence that most people crave the most, peace. How many of you wish you could just slow down? Quiet the noise. Feel calm again. The good news is, peace isn't found in a perfect life. Peace is found in a present life. Story example number 5, the soldier's return. A veteran I worked with struggled deeply with anxiety after returning home. His mind was always racing, reliving the past, fearing the future. One day, during a coaching session, I asked him to try a simple grounding practice. I said, notice 5 things around you right now. A color, a sound, a texture. Just name them out loud. At first, he laughed, it felt silly. But after doing it, his shoulders softened. His breathing slowed. He whispered, for the first time in months, I feel like I'm actually here. That's the power of presence. It doesn't erase your challenges. It anchors you in the now so you can face them with clarity and calm. Truth. Most anxiety comes from anticipating future problems. Most regret comes from replaying past mistakes. But presence interrupts both. When you focus on the now, you step out of regret. You step out of worry. You step into peace. Section 7. Practical Pathways continued. Earlier, we explored mindful breathing, technology detoxes, and single tasking. Let's add more tools to your presence toolkit. Point 4. Gratitude anchors. Gratitude is one of the fastest ways to bring yourself into the now. Here's how it works. Whenever you feel stressed or scattered, pause and name 3 things you're grateful for in this moment. Not tomorrow. Not last week. Right now. It could be something simple. I'm grateful for this cup of coffee. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for the friend who texted me today. It's not about being naive. It's about training your mind to notice the good that's already here. 5. Presence pauses. In 2025, our days move fast. That's why you need presence pauses. Here's the practice. Set an alarm 3 times a day. When it rings, stop. Take 3 deep breaths. Notice your surroundings. This takes less than 1 minute, but it recenters your mind and keeps you from drifting through life on autopilot. 6. Savoring rituals. Choose one everyday activity, like drinking your morning tea, showering, or walking to your car, and turn it into a ritual of presence. Instead of rushing through, savor it. Notice the taste, the sound, the feel. This transforms ordinary moments into extraordinary ones. Section 8. A Mentor's Challenge. Let me challenge you with this. If you could live the next 30 days fully present, less distracted, more focused, deeply connected, what would change in your life? Would your relationships heal? Would your work improve? Would your health shift? Would your joy return? The answer is yes. Because presence changes everything. Closing part 2. So far, we've moved beyond the idea of presence as a nice concept and started seeing it as a real tool for transformation. Presence boosts productivity. Presence deepens relationships. Presence restores peace. But we're not done. In part 3, we're going to take presence to the highest level, purpose. We'll explore how mastering presence doesn't just improve your day, it shapes your destiny. We'll talk about aligning with who you're meant to be, how presence makes leaders unforgettable, and why presence is the foundation of legacy. So stay with me. And until then, remember this, don't just rush through your life, live it. The present moment is waiting for you.